All right, let's get right into it, because today we're unpacking a phenomenon that creates honestly some of the most massive opportunities in the entire crypto market. If you've been around for past cycles, you already know what I'm talking about. We're talking about those times when certain assets didn't just double, they went absolutely parabolic, delivering 10x, 20x, or even 100x gains. In this explainer, we're going to break down the exact mechanics behind these explosive moves, track where the liquidity is flowing, and reveal exactly what the smart money is keeping a very close eye on right now.
So the crypto market is heating up again, right? And literally everywhere you look, from Wall Street trading desks all the way to late-night Reddit forums, everyone is asking the exact same burning question. When will the next alt season actually begin? The anticipation is totally palpable. And validating that question is exactly what we're going to do today. We'll explore the specific triggers, those all-important on-chain signals, and we'll count down the top 5 assets that investors are watching like hawks for the next big breakout.
Okay, let's dive into this with Section 1. What is Altseason? Let's quickly look at the foundational mechanics here. So, an Altseason is basically that golden window when altcoins just aggressively outperform Bitcoin. It's a classic case of capital rotation. Think of it like this. Once Bitcoin makes a huge upward move and establishes a solid new floor, investors start to feel pretty comfortable. So they take their profits from Bitcoin and start hunting for higher yields further out on the risk curve. Suddenly, you have billions of dollars flowing down from the top into smaller market cap assets, which causes their valuations to absolutely skyrocket. It's not magic, It's just the natural, predictable flow of capital seeking the best possible return.
Moving on to part 2, spotting the market signals. Because while nobody has a crystal ball, we don't have to just guess. Market participants track highly specific indicators to gauge this stuff. Historically, there are 4 major signals that really need to align before a true breakout happens. First off, Bitcoin dominance starts falling. That just means Bitcoin's slice of the total crypto pie is shrinking, proving money is bleeding into other assets. Second, Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin, which is kind of the ultimate green light for a rising appetite for risk. Third, retail investors come flooding back. You'll see this in spiking Google searches and crypto app downloads. And fourth, overall trading volume just surges across the board. When these 4 elements lock into place, it's literally rocket fuel for the market.
And this brilliantly illustrates how, historically, the strongest phase of Altseason follows a really specific 3-step rhythm. Step 1, Bitcoin hits major new highs, soaking up all the media hype and fresh capital. Step 2, it cools off. It consolidates and trades sideways. Now that consolidation phase, that is the pressure cooker. Market confidence is high, but Bitcoin just isn't moving fast enough for traders anymore. Which leads to step 3, the rotation. Capital aggressively flows out of Bitcoin and pours into altcoins. If liquidity stays strong during that middle pressure cooker phase, an alt season is almost inevitably going to follow.
All right, part 3, emerging contenders, Sui and Tan. Let's shift gears and actually start our countdown of the top 5 assets investors are focused on.
Coming in at number 5 on the list is Sui. Now, the Layer 1 blockchain space is fiercely competitive. It's practically a battleground for the future of decentralized computing. But Sui has captured some serious attention recently. A lot of investors are viewing it as one of the absolute strongest newer Layer 1 projects out there, and it is totally ready to challenge the old guard.
The whole bullish case for Sui really comes down to its underlying architecture. It boasts these incredibly fast parallel processing speeds, and that is what's driving its rapid ecosystem growth. We're seeing intense developer activity and a massive uptick in total value locked within its DeFi ecosystem. If you look at past cycles, you see how quickly capital can rotate into alternative Layer 1s that offer a fresh, high-performance narrative. If history repeats itself, Sui is perfectly positioned to catch a lot of that momentum.
Moving right along to number 4, we have Toncoin, or TON. Now, Ton is totally unique on this list, mainly because it's structurally backed by this deep connection to the Telegram ecosystem. That gives it a head start that literally almost no other project in the space can claim.
Think about it. Unlike projects that are fighting tooth and nail for every single new user, Ton has a backdoor to Telegram's 800 million monthly active users. 800 million! That is a staggering number. We're already seeing this massive mini-app ecosystem exploding right inside the messaging app itself. Users don't even have to leave their chat window to interact with the blockchain. So for Ton, mass adoption isn't some abstract pipe dream. It's practically built into the interface. Investors are betting this frictionless onboarding is going to be a massive catalyst. Which brings us to part 4, ecosystem leaders, Chiliz and Solana. We are climbing the ranks now. moving from the emerging stars to the established titans.
At number 3, we've got Chiliz, or CHZ. This one is super interesting because it isn't your standard DeFi token. Chiliz holds this highly specialized spot in crypto because it actually powers major football fan tokens through its Socios ecosystem. Basically, it acts as a real-world bridge between the massive global sports industry and the blockchain.
Chiliz taps into a wildly passionate global football audience, and they've got incredibly strong partnerships with some of the biggest sports franchises on the planet. We saw this in past cycles, like during the World Cup, where major sporting events triggered massive surges in volume. If that sports narrative comes back to the forefront and Altseason gains traction, CHZ essentially acts like a toll booth for both crypto natives and diehard sports fans. It's a really powerful dual-engine setup.
Coming in hot at number 2, we have Solana. Look, Solana didn't just survive the bear markets, it completely cemented itself as arguably the most active, high-velocity network in the whole crypto space. It is a dominant force across DeFi, NFTs, gaming, you name it, even rapid-fire traditional payments.
The bull case for Solana is all about brutal efficiency. We're talking insane transaction throughput paired with fractions of a penny fees. And this relentless performance hasn't just attracted regular retail users, it's bringing in heavy institutional interest. I mean, Wall Street is watching Solana very, very closely right now. It's got a rock-solid developer community, and for a lot of deep-pocketed investors, Solana is heavily expected to just remain a dominant leader when the next alt season really kicks off.
And finally, part 5, the ultimate indicator, Ethereum. We've reached the top spot, and it's here for a very specific reason.
Taking the absolute number 1 spot is, of course, Ethereum. It is the heavyweight champion of smart contracts, the undisputed king of DeFi. If you look back at the historical data, you'll see a clear pattern. You simply do not get a major alt season without Ethereum acting as the central engine pushing the whole thing forward.
So, the crucial point is that Ethereum isn't just another coin, right? It's the bedrock infrastructure for the entire crypto economy. It commands the largest developer army by a massive margin. It holds the deepest institutional trust, and it's the foundational layer that thousands of other protocols rely on just to exist. When the big institutions want yield, Ethereum is the very first place they look.
In fact, there's a saying investors swear by. Historically, when Ethereum begins outperforming Bitcoin, broader altcoin markets often follow. And that is exactly why it takes the top spot. It's more than an investment. It's literally the master gauge for the entire altcoin cycle. When Ethereum makes a move, it signals the market is ready to embrace risk. And believe me, the rest of the market pays very close attention.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, the exact start date of the next alt season might be unknown, but the signals are crystal clear. Falling Bitcoin dominance, rising Ethereum strength, and returning retail hype. Keep your eyes on those indicators and on leaders like Ethereum, Solana, Chiliz, Tion, and Sui. But right now, we really want to hear from you. Looking at the landscape and everything we've unpacked in today's explainer, which altcoin are you most bullish on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going.